Hello. Today I'm sitting down with Theresa Ackley with Affiliated Title, and we're going to talk about what closing is and how to get through the process. We're also going to talk about title insurance and also on how to keep fraud from happening. Today, this is Theresa Ackley. I'm Keith Kalk with Remax Premier Realty, and let's get started. Theresa, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and Affiliated Title?
Well, I've lived in Florida most of my life. I've been here since I was 4 years old. I'm not going to tell you how many years that is because that would give away my age. I've been in and out of real estate and title insurance since the late 80s, so I've seen all different kinds of markets and things happen and change over that time. I've been with Affiliated Title since 2016, and it's a great company. They've been around for 22 years.
Okay.
We have 3 offices, Ocala, North Village, and South Village, which is in Wildwood. And we have a large staff. I think we're up to 43 employees, so we're able to get the job done.
Okay. And speaking of that, what does your company do? What do you do on a daily basis?
Well, we usually get a contract brought in from a realtor,
Mm-hmm.
and that means we're going to do a real estate closing. So we send that off for a search. We search the public records to find out, is the person who's selling this property actually in title? We find out if there's any mortgages, if there's taxes owing. There might be deceased people who we need to collect death certificates for, so we know why they're not there to sign, because they're showing up in the property records that they own the property. Then we facilitate that closing by doing the documents, getting both parties together, and getting those signed.
Okay. And with that, you said that you do title searches. Title insurance is something that everybody thinks they don't need. Why do they need it? What is it really, and what does it cover?
Title insurance is very important. Reason being, you don't know, you and I are going to exchange properties.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sell you my property. You don't think you need title insurance. How do you know that there's not someone else in title that needs to sign off? If you don't know that, you now have a bad deed. So you can't sell that property. Or how do you know I don't have a mortgage on there that I'm not going to pay off? Or if I owe back taxes? Or if there's an heir involved? If you don't know these things, it would cause, you may never be able to sell that property.
Okay. One of the questions I always hear is, well, I know the person that I'm working with is reputable. What does that really mean? And it's more than just the person that's sitting here and sitting here that we're dealing with. It's
Yes.
people 50 years ago.
Yes, and we find that even title companies who have closed things, even attorney's office who have closed, people make mistakes. But if you don't have title insurance, you have nothing to fall back on. So if there happened to have been a misdeed or something that wasn't closed out that should have been, you have your title insurance policy to fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to cover your attorney's fees and fix whatever went wrong.
Okay.
You can be working with somebody that's very reputable, but they don't always know what might have been in the background too.
Okay. Well, something that's been in the news recently is a person in South Florida lost a lot of money in transferring money to escrow for the purchase of their property. It's something we're always concerned about from the real estate aspect as well as from the title and escrow aspect. What are some things that we can do to make sure that this doesn't happen?
That's a really good point. And it's something that happens a little too often, and it shouldn't be. It's very scary. What we do is we don't give our wiring instructions out to anyone except the customer that is going to be sending the money to us. And if you would explain to them when you're meeting with them that when it's time to send that money, to only reach out to the contact people that they're working with. So if they're working with a certain closer and her assistant, it's very important when you get to the bank to call and say, I'm getting ready to send my money. I want to confirm the account information with the closer, her assistant that you're working with before you actually send it. So that you know, people hack into systems, they get copies of wire forms, and they can change them and alter them. So it's very, very important that they reach out and call us before they send that money.
That's good advice. Anything else that you would like to talk about today?
I also want to, back to that thing with the wire, you can also send or bring a cashier's check to closing too. We do prefer the wire. It's a little bit safer. And when you get the wiring instructions, if the last 4 digits are left off and there's X's on there, we do that on purpose. It's just an extra precaution so that you will have to call us when you get to the bank to get that full account number to be able to actually send it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good advice. So when we get to closing, we shouldn't have any surprises.
Right.
Everything should be known before there, and everything should go smoothly.
Communication.
If we communicate.
Yes.
That's correct.
Communication
Is the key.
Absolutely. Communication with you communicating with us, and the customer communicating, because they know what's going on in the background too. So we don't always know those things.
Okay. Well, thank you, Theresa. I appreciate this, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, Keith. Thanks for having me.
Everybody out there, make sure that you like this video, that you make a comment, and that you share it with another person so that other people can learn from what we are doing here. Put some comments out there. Let me know what you'd like to see, and we'll be talking soon. Thank you. Have a great day.